In these 3 years, the Golden Horned Beast had earned the title of Silver Wing Emperor, and was considered a being with some status in Yenji continent. The automaton youth Tzvika frowned. To be able to withstand the mechanical army's group attack, a Sector Lord is definitely a super genius, he wouldn't become someone else's puppet. This Silver Wing Emperor is more likely to be his bodyguard. To be able to make him his bodyguard, that Sector Lord's background is shocking. He definitely has many treasures. Indeed. His teacher gave LuoFeng the Beast God weapon, killing Wu Wings. Even the cheaper ones were the standard weapons of the Universe Knights, their prices were still ridiculously high. Killing Wu Wings, needless to say, the trillions of races in the universe, the only one who truly knew the wonders of killing Wu Wings, other than LuoFeng, was the primal Chaos City leader. Such a treasure, the moment its power was revealed, it would be enough to cause countless knights to fight over it. Even if a knight were to go bankrupt, he wouldn't be able to afford it. Of course this Tzvika didn't know the treasures on LuoFeng, he only guessed that with LuoFeng's background he should have some treasures, and just an absolute genius like LuoFeng was already worth a huge amount of military merits. Military merits, the treasures on him. Tzvika gritted his teeth, I'll go all out. Even if the price is higher, it's worth it. LuoFeng was also forced into a corner. Facing the attacks of 9 million F9 level automatons in their special mode, at least his Earth body couldn't handle it. And his other trump card, the Zerg army, was coincidentally countered. Even though the Zerg army's attacks were strong, those automatons were all F9 level metal bodies. Their biggest advantage was their ridiculously strong defense. The Zerg army's one attack. Maybe it would cause a million automatons of a faction to be in complete chaos, maybe it could cause problems in the energy cores of over 10,000 automatons, but the F9 grade metal on their bodies meant their losses would be minimal. On the contrary, the moment the Zerg army was attacked by the F9 grade automatons of the other 8 factions, under that terrifying attack, the Zerg soldiers were only Sector Lord pinnacle level, their body defense couldn't even compare to the most normal Undying, naturally it couldn't compare to the F9 grade metal defense, the result would be tragic, the casualties would be heavy. The Zerg army's advantage is their strong attacks. A million Sector Lord Zerg Emperor can heavily injure an Emperor pinnacle. Against an ordinary mechanical army, it also has an advantage. One attack is enough to destroy the energy core of a mechanical puppet. But these F9 level mechanical puppets, the surface metal and internal energy cores are all very high-end, all of them are expensive to build, each of them is even more expensive than the Sector Lord Zerg King, and their stability is extremely high. It was impossible to destroy its core through bombardment. LuoFeng was very clear on this point. Different methods had their advantages and disadvantages. Against the encirclement of the 9 factions, LuoFeng only had one choice, to let the Golden Horned Beast act. He was forced into a corner, he had no other choice. I've been in the extraterritorial battlefield for more than 1,000 years, but I've never felt so sullen before. Mechanical race trash, just wait to cry. LuoFeng's rage shot through the sky. The moment the Golden Horned Beast appeared in the air above the vast land, it flapped its wings and suddenly dodged the countless red threads that wrapped around it. The Golden Horned Beast had the help of the Wu-slaying wings, adding on its own strength. How ridiculously fast would its speed be when it executed 3 universe traversing? Woo! The Golden Horned Beast let out an angry roar. With a flap of its silver wings, it charged towards the 1 million F9 automatons of the 1st Battalion. This caused the 1 million F9 automatons of the 1st Battalion to immediately flee, while the other 8 battalions pressed forward, maintaining their distance from the Golden Horned Beast, still in a state of encirclement. In mid-air, it only left behind 3 curved lines. The Golden Horned Beast's speed had already soared to sublight speed. At the same time it continued to accelerate, constantly nearing the limit of light speed. And the 1 million F9 level automaton's speed was much slower, they couldn't even compare to LuoFeng's Earth body speed, they could only rely on the distance buffer to reach sublight speed before his Earth body could catch up, making it impossible for him to catch up. However, right now it was the Golden Horned Beast. 3 strides universe traversal was a wing traversal technique. The Wu-slaying wings were treasures for escaping and dodging. Even an Emperor pinnacle, without the ability to teleport, couldn't compare to the Golden Horned Beast in terms of speed. Voila! The 1 million F9 level automatons had only increased their speed by half, far from reaching sublight speed, when the shockingly fast Golden Horned Beast caught up, only to see that pair of wings spread out, the wings that spanned a few hundred km, almost covering the entire sky in an instant. Whoa! The Golden Horned Beast let out a roar. The wings were like blades. In an instant, it crashed into the 1 million automatons that were fleeing. The Golden Horned Beast's wings were huge, spanning a few hundred km. Each automaton was only 10 m tall, even with a million automatons gathered. Even though the distance between them was rather far, it was only a few thousand-kilometer rumble. The Golden Horned Beast crashed into the formation. Countless F9 automatons waved their blades, greatswords and battle axes, slashing at the incoming Golden Horned Beasts. However, the weapons in their hands were knocked out of their hands, each and every one of them were sent flying like toys. The strangest thing was, when the slaying Wu wings slammed into them, a large number of automatons seemed to lose their mobility, falling down from the skies. How can this be? These are top-quality F-grade automatons, their energy cores are extremely stable, how can they lose their mobility in one hit? One collision and tens of thousands of mechanical marionettes lost their power? Tzvika, in the spaceship in the distant mid-air, looked at this scene in disbelief. The golden horned beast let out a sky-shaking roar, its wings flapping. Originally he thought that one hit would be able to destroy over 100 automatons, however under the actual hit, LuoFeng was pleasantly surprised to find, as long as the automatons were hit by the Wu-slaying wings, even though the F9 grade metal bodies were still fine, their internal cores would be completely destroyed. The reason was because of the mysterious Wu-slaying wing space energy. That special space energy was released through the Wu-slaying wings just a little bit. That was just a tiny bit. As long as it touched the F9 level automatons they were all done for. Regret it. Trying to mess with me you'll regret it. The golden horned beast let out a happy roar, continuing to flap the Wu-slaying wings, charging again and again into the million automatons camp. Large amounts of automatons fell from the sky, all of them losing their mobility. While charging, the golden horned beast was also constantly collecting those automatons that had lost their mobility and couldn't resist into its world ring. Even though they were damaged maybe they could still be fine. Something that was worth a few hundred mixed elements, if it was damaged, it would probably be worth a few tens of mixed elements. In the blink of an eye, the golden horned beast collected hundreds of thousands of F9 level automatons in one breath, while the rest of the automatons madly fled in all directions. Even the 8 million F9 level automatons that were originally chasing from the 8 big factions swiftly fled towards the 9 pyramidal ships in the distance. Howl! The golden horned beast's wings flapped, leaving behind 3 curved lines in mid-air, directly chasing towards the other faction. However this time, it only managed to collect a few tens of thousands of automatons as spoils of war, before the automatons all fled. To collect automatons and even life forms into the world ring, the prerequisite was that there wasn't any resistance. The moment there was resistance the collection would fail. This was also the reason why the golden horned beast could only collect those automatons with damaged energy cores. Of course there were still some forceful methods like, the natural ability swallow. Completely forcefully swallow. However this was also very dangerous. Those that had the strength to resist, the moment they resisted too much like the golden horned beast's internal world, it could very well cause the internal world to collapse. Yeah, far away in mid-air within the ship's control room the automaton youth Tzvika clenched his teeth and laughed coldly, daring to take away so many of my automatons. Silver Wing Emperor, indeed an emperor undying very strong. However my Tzvika wealth isn't that easy to swallow, I'll make you spit it all out. 9 Extreme God Country. Activate. Tzvika clenched his teeth and ordered. His true trump card, his master, back then he went through life and death with him, that absolute warrior from the automaton race that treated him like a true brother, specially made a set of terrifying automaton weapons for him. The stronger the weapon the higher the requirements to control it. Even the first form of the Wu-slaying wings required LuoFeng to train to the first level of the 7 changes of the god. Not only did Tzvika have the ability to control it, it also had to be powerful. His master had indeed spent a lot of effort to personally create this 9 absolutes divine kingdom. In mid-air. Just where is the enemy hiding? The golden horned beast's dark golden eyes scanned its surroundings. Those countless F9 grade automatons had long rushed into the 9 pyramidal ships. In the entire sky, there were only 9 pyramids floating in 9 directions. The golden horned beast couldn't find the automaton undying body. Who? The wings shook. The golden horned beast immediately rushed towards one of the 9 pyramids floating. This is the first time I felt so frustrated in the foreign battlefields. I can't even find the enemy. However, I won't let you have it easy. The golden horned beast flew towards that pyramid. The 9 pyramids simultaneously let out a glaring purple light. The base also split open. Oh. A dense purple light flew out from the base. It seemed to be some special weapons. However, before the golden horned beast could get a clear look, the purple light on the surface of the 9 pyramids suddenly expanded, fiercely shooting out countless purple lights in another direction, completely connecting with each other at light speed. As the countless purple lights connected with each other, there were even some that wrapped around the golden horned beast. Howl, howl. The golden horned beast's wings were like blades, madly struggling, cutting large amounts of the purple lights. However, even more purple lights wrapped over. In just a short while, the 9 pyramids were completely connected. Rumble. The land and skies changed, everything originally disappeared, only leaving behind a vast purple space. The golden horned beast had already sunk into the 9 extreme god country. The moment the golden horned beast entered the 9 extreme country. Virtual universe Black Dragon Mountain 9-star Bay, Su Xn was silently praying for LuoFeng. In over 1,000 years in the foreign battlefield, LuoFeng has never left in such a rush. Heavens, please protect LuoFeng. Every time LuoFeng was in danger, his family was always the most worried. This was also the reason why LuoFeng didn't want to tell his family about it. At the same time, in the dark universe, a completely black sword-shaped universe ship was swiftly flying. Your Majesty, we still need a day to reach the transfer point. Your Majesty, our first trip to the foreign battlefield is to go straight to the Sacrifice Yen continent? The strong there are as many as the clouds. Your Majesty has just been named Emperor and is only a beginner Emperor. The pinnacle of the Sacrifice Yen continent are all. With a cold snort, the 2 servants shut their mouths. This was a tall young man dressed in black armor. His face looked like it was carved from stone and he had no hair. The most eye-catching thing about him was his pair of eyes. They were like a pair of rubies, emitting a faint and mysterious light. He stood there, emitting a ghostly and dark aura. It's a rare opportunity for me to enter the craziest extraterritorial battlefield in the entire primeval universe while my race is on good terms with the monster race. Since I've entered the extraterritorial battlefield, how can I retreat? Yes. Yes. The two official-level Undying servants replied respectfully. Relax. I'm after all a beginner emperor. Even if those aliens have special methods and can defeat me, they can't kill me. The black-armored youth shook his head confidently. This time's foreign battlefield is a chance for me to enter the upper echelons of my race. I can't slack off. The two servants replied obediently. Sacrifice Yen continent. The black-armored youth looked at the endless dark universe outside and thought to himself. While Su Xen was praying for Luo Feng, the mysterious black-armored youth headed for the Sacrifice Yen continent. Luo Feng was in danger. The vast purple space exuded an aura that made people's hearts palpitate. The large number of special weapons that had been shot out by the 9 pyramids were now floating in different locations in the purple space. These special weapons were either mechanical puppets that were only half a meter tall, or a giant sword that was 100 meters long, or a mechanical puppet that was 0.1 meters tall with a special shape. All sorts of shapes. They were scattered in every corner of the purple space, and at the same time they quickly began to converge. Under the powerful replenishment of the purple space's energy, astonishing changes occurred. The millions of special weapons instantly transformed into 81 fully armored giants. 81 giants stood at each corner of the purple space, surrounding the golden horned beast. The shortest of the giants was about 8 meters, and the tallest was about 80 meters. This is. The golden horned beast floated in mid-air, its dark golden eyes observing calmly, but it was shocked in its heart. Looking at the rapid assembling of the countless special weapons, they all seemed to be using G-grade metals. Just these 81 giants. The G-grade metals they use, even if they aren't the peak of the G-grade metals, would at least be 10 billion mixed elements. Grade G metals were very expensive. Just like the Ghost Blade and Hexagonal Shield that LuoFeng was currently using, they were both custom-made and were made with G-grade metals. Emperor-level warriors' weapons were almost all made with G-grade metals. After all, F-grade metals were unable to withstand the killing between Emperor-level warriors. To withstand the killing between Emperor-level warriors, even if they were to use G-grade metals, they would have to be of the higher end of the G-grade. Of course LuoFeng only bought the blade and shield. Even with a low discount he still spent about 6 million points. Just the blade and shield alone was more expensive than the Yun Mo planet ship. The G-grade metals were obviously many times more expensive than the F9 grade metals. Normally, Regis and Undying would only use a small amount of G-grade metal. It was impossible for them to use it to build spaceships. Only the universe's paragons could afford it. Just these 81 giants in front of him, such a volume of G-grade metal, even if it was a relatively low-end G-grade metal, would probably be worth billions of mixed elements. That was equivalent to a normal Emperor-level Undying going bankrupt. Just where did the enemy come from? LuoFeng was shocked within, after which he laughed coldly within. No matter where he came from, once I kill him, these will all be mine. This is much more profitable than accumulating points. Silver Wing Emperor. A loud and clear voice came from the mouth of the tallest purple giant, speaking in the common language of the machinery race. The golden horned beast turned to look at the purple dwarf. Compared to the 100 kilometers long golden horned beast, the 80 tall giant was indeed the purple dwarf. Speak. The golden horned beast spoke in automaton language. You've taken my 530,000 automatons, return them to me and I'm willing to let you leave. The purple giant looked up at the huge being. You should know my scanning device is far more advanced than yours. You can't detect me but I can easily detect you. The golden horned beast was silent, its dark golden eyes coldly gazing at the purple giant. These 81 giants of mine are my ultimate move, the 81 god kings of the 9 extreme god country. The purple giant continued, why do I call them god kings? Because within the 9 extreme god country, each of them have the strength of a low-level emperor. And this is a solo battle. The moment they unleash my 9 extreme god country's forbidden move, even if you're an emperor-level Undying with an undying body, you'll still be heavily injured, losing a portion of your undying body. I'm afraid you'll need 10 million years to recover. Fight on. It's not worth it. As long as you return me my automatons, I'll let you leave the 9 extreme god country safely. The purple giant said. The golden horned beast stared at the 81 giants. God King? Low-level emperor-level battle strength? To fight or to make peace, it's up to you, Silver Wing King. The purple giant said. In the distance, the automaton youth Tzvika who was controlling the battle let out a sinister smile. Stupid bastard, once you give me the automatons I'll ravage you. When I destroy your body I'll destroy your world ring, forcing the human Sector Lord to come out. My goal is to obtain the human Sector Lord's treasure. However, the 530,000 automatons are all top-quality automatons. I spent about 800 million Yuan units. Spending tens of millions of Yuan units would be able to repair the energy cores of the automatons. After all, it's just a little damage, the energy core should still be fine. Such top-quality automatons falling into the hands of this beast, it's such a waste. Yuan units, the automaton race's highest currency. If compared to humans, 2 Yuan units was equivalent to 1 mixed element unit. Of course, due to the fact that they were hostile races, money didn't flow freely between them. At most, there were some experts who would barter in private. 1 mixed element was equivalent to 2 Yuan elements, but that was just a rough estimate. When it came to actual bartering, there were naturally huge fluctuations. The golden horned beast observed. The 9 extreme god country obviously wasn't a true god country, it was just a name, its core should be those 9 floating pyramids. Ho! The golden horned beast let out a low roar, 81 automaton god kings surrounded the golden horned beast from all directions. This was huge trouble. Every automaton god king had a beginner emperor level battle strength, 81 beginner emperor levels were enough to suppress a pinnacle emperor. Furthermore, how could these 81 god kings not have any special methods to coordinate with each other? Just now, the controller had already said that there was a forbidden move from the 9 extreme god country. Do we fight or? The largest god king looked at the golden horned beast. Automaton undying, you think I'm as stupid as you? The golden horned beast let out a low voice. Your reply doesn't satisfy me. That's why, please enjoy the 9 extreme god country. You are the first warrior to make me use the 9 extreme god country, you should feel honored. The purple giant said. The moment he finished, the 81 god kings immediately exploded with a heart-palpitating energy. All of them became beams of light, surrounding the golden horned beast from all directions. The golden horned beast let out a wanton roar. Wah! Shi Wu's wings flapped, leaving behind 3 twisted trajectories in mid-air, immediately dodging the 12 god kings and rushing towards the corner of the 9 extreme god country. Automaton idiot, he really thinks I'll go head-on against him? Am I stupid, going head-on against a god king made of G-grade metal? My advantage is speed, even an emperor pinnacle warrior, if he doesn't know how to teleport he won't be able to match the golden horned beast's speed. When he was conversing with the automaton undying before, LuoFeng had already made his battle plan. Dodge. Keep dodging. Those 81 god kings were obviously stupid, they had no way of surrounding and attacking the incredibly agile golden horned beast. Let's first tear apart the 9 extreme god country. The golden horned beast spread its wings. When it flew to the edge of the kingdom of 9 extremes, it immediately unleashed the first move of the Bright Moon strategy. The Wu-slaying wings were like blades directly slicing through everything in its path. The universe space immediately shattered, and a silver rainbow sliced towards the edge of the purple space. God country. Bind. Tzvika, who was controlling the battle from afar, chanted softly, after which he laughed. This is a powerful weapon my master created, to think it can be broken so easily, he must be dreaming. 9 extreme god country. When the golden horned beast charged to the edge and sliced, suddenly large amounts of purple threads shot out from the purple space. Countless purple threads appeared out of nowhere, coiling at close range, even the golden horned beast couldn't dodge. Howl, the golden horned beast roared and struggled. Shi Wu's wings flapped wantonly, slicing through large amounts of purple threads. Just as it flew, even more purple threads wrapped around it. God country. Split. Tzvika chanted softly, simultaneously controlling 81 god kings. 81 god kings waved their palms simultaneously, each palm like a blade, seemingly casually slicing down. 81 arcs of light sliced through the sky and earth, rushing completely towards the golden horned beast. While flying, the 81 arcs of light naturally began to clash and fuse, forming a huge blurry blade, and the entire purple space had an endless amount of energy entering it, causing the blade to become clearer and clearer. Finally, it formed a 300 long blade, similar to a real blade. Everywhere the blade passed, a very thin crack would appear in the universe space. What technique is this? The golden horned beast felt helpless against the endless amount of purple threads, but seeing the 300 long normal blade flying through the air, its dark golden eyes revealed a solemn expression, fiercely closing its wings, the entire Shi Wu's wings completely wrapped around the golden horned beast. The seemingly normal huge blade sliced open the space and in the blink of an eye, it slashed onto the silver wings. The golden horned beast that had its wings wrapped around itself was like a silver egg. The Wu killer wings indeed protected the golden horned beast tightly, not leaving a single gap. Rumble. The golden horned beast was sent flying backwards without any ability to resist. The large amounts of purple threads that were originally wrapped around the golden horned beast were automatically released. A few of the purple threads were shattered by this terrifying force. The golden horned beast that was flying backwards formed a rainbow as it rubbed against the air. Only after flying for hundreds of thousands of km did the golden horned beast release its wings. There was a trace of golden blood at the corner of its mouth, and its dark golden eyes were filled with madness. The Wu-slaying wings had absorbed over 90% of the force of the attack, and had also weakened the armor by over 90%. After the Wu-slaying wings and general armor, the remaining force of the attack was only 1,000th of the original attack. Even so, it still injured the golden horned beast. Howl. The golden horned beast's wings shook. It became a distorted trajectory in mid-air, flapping its wings thrice, swiftly pouncing towards the nearest god king. Obviously, the 81 god kings working together could unleash their full power as long as they could tie down one god king, then it would be much safer. Chi-chi, countless purple threads appeared around the golden horned beast without any warning, immediately wrapping around the golden horned beast. It's these purple threads again. Bastard. LuoFeng raged within. The golden horned beast madly struggled, causing large amounts of the purple threads to break. However, even more were produced, madly wrapping around, causing the golden horned beast to feel like it was stuck in a swamp, unable to struggle at all. Howl. The golden horned beast struggled, simultaneously roaring angrily. To actually be able to take a blow from my 9 extreme god country without your body shattering, your strength is truly admirable. Among the 81 divine kings in the distance, the tallest divine king suddenly pulled out a huge sword that was even taller than him. At the same time he growled, "Then take my 9 ultimate divine kingdom's second strike." Wong. The other 80 god kings simultaneously extended a finger, shooting out an extremely thin purple light. Even though it was thin, it was extremely condensed. The 80 rays of purple light shot at the huge sword at the same time. At the same time, the highest god king fiercely slashed out with the huge sword in his hand, infused with the laws of space and fire, causing the huge sword to point at a hole in space. The purple sword light followed this hole and pierced into the body of the golden horned beast, its speed terrifying. The golden horned beast naturally folded its wings, forcefully withstanding this attack, and was once again sent flying backwards. "Your body hasn't exploded yet? Then take my third attack. I don't believe you can still hold on." The highest god king shouted coldly. Each strike was more powerful than the last. This third strike was like a solid giant hammer, smashing onto the wings of the golden horned beast that were protecting its body. The golden horned beast's eyes, nostrils and ears were all shaken to the point of bleeding. It even spat out mouthfuls of golden fresh blood. When the golden horned beast was about to fly, the surrounding space once again shot out countless purple threads, causing the golden horned beast to be enraged. In the distance, the automaton youth Tzvika who was controlling the battle fiercely slammed the alloy chair, causing it to split apart. How can 3 consecutive attacks not destroy his body? The 9 extreme god country was personally created by my master. Under these 3 consecutive attacks, even a peak emperor undying, even with an undying body, would be destroyed. At most he would just reform it. Why can't his body be destroyed? As long as I can destroy the Silver Wing King's body, its world ring will appear. Through the 9 extreme god country I will instantly take the world ring, and then cause the world within the ring to collapse. That human sector lord will naturally come out and my goal will be achieved. But why can't I even destroy this Silver Wing King's body? This is the 9 extremes divine nation. Master spent a lot of effort and wealth to specially refine it for me in consideration of our friendship when we went through life and death together back then, and gifted it to me as a gift. It's a treasure that normal emperor undying can't even afford even if they sell their entire family's fortune. Even though it can't kill a peak emperor, it can easily destroy their body. But now, Tzvika couldn't believe this scene. Of course he didn't doubt the 9 extreme god country. Peak emperor experts were very powerful. Even if their bodies were destroyed they could instantly reform and remain unharmed. Hence it was too difficult to kill them. Tzvika didn't want to kill this Silver Wing King. He didn't have the confidence to kill Silver Wing King. He just wanted to destroy his body and instantly obtain that Sector Lord, then use the automaton race's special methods to destabilize the world within the ring and cause it to collapse. I don't believe it. Tzvika gritted his teeth. It's fine if I can't kill you but I can't even destroy you? Master's 9 extreme god country can't be so weak. Break for me. Tzvika raged, and that 9 extreme god country immediately started an even more terrifying attack. 4th attack, 5th attack, 6th attack. Those 81 god kings that were equivalent to beginner emperor level battle strength used the purple space to help them unleash wave after wave of terrifying attacks. God country, grinding wheel. Tzvika gritted his teeth and controlled the 81 god kings to unleash the 9th attack. It was also the strongest attack of 9 extreme god country attacks. The 81 god kings' bodies emitted a blinding light, and the light gathered into the weapons in their hands. At the same time, the weapons in their hands flew out of their palms and gathered in mid-air. The 81 god kings' weapons contained the power of the god kings. The bigger ones were like the 100-meter-long giant sword, while the smaller ones were less than half a meter. They directly formed a strange millstone-like wheel. The edge of the millstone-like wheel was sawtooth. Ka. The millstone-like wheel revolved, and the entire purple space's countless light rays fused into the millstone-like wheel, as though it had become the purple space's core. Hula. The millstone-like wheel charged towards the golden horned beast, and at the same time the upper and lower layers of the millstone-like wheel revolved in reverse. Ka. Even the universe space was being ground into pieces by the revolutions. When the millstone-like wheel touched the golden horned beast, it started to crazily grind and intertwine. Even Wu Sha's wings were being twisted by the crazy grinding. Similarly, a portion of the golden horned beast's body was being crushed into pieces. However, the silver wings that protected the body were not damaged at all. Howl, the golden horned beast let out a pained roar. Automaton idiot, stupid bastard, what other tricks do you have? The golden horned beast let out an angry roar. You only know how to use these annoying purple threads to wrap around me? The millstone-like wheel immediately broke apart and flew back, turning into 81 weapons that flew towards the god kings. The 81 god kings looked at the golden horned beast in the distance, not knowing what to do. 9 extreme god countries' 9 attacks actually couldn't destroy its body? Tzvika, who was controlling the battle from afar, was both anxious and angry. These 9 attacks were already close to the 9 extreme god countries' strongest power, unless Tzvika was willing to pay a huge price to unleash the ultimate move of the 9 extreme god country. That move could even heavily injure an emperor pinnacle, destroying a portion of the opponent's undying body, requiring millions or even tens of millions of years to recover. Unleashing a forbidden attack, the price is equivalent to 1 billion Yulan units. Is it worth it? Tzvika hesitated. 1 billion Yulan units to an emperor warrior was a huge amount of wealth. They wouldn't be willing to lose so much in one battle. Many Emperor warriors would rather self-destruct 5% of their undying body than lose such a huge amount of wealth. Is it worth it? While Tzvika was hesitating, the golden horned beast that had just received the 9th attack finally went berserk. 81 God Kings? Humph, unleashing 9 attacks consecutively, its energy is almost all used up. It'll take a while to replenish. The golden horned beast glanced at the 81 God Kings in the distance. When it unleashed the 9th attack, the 81 God King's energy was already extremely weak. At this time, the purple space's countless amounts of energy were pouring into them. The golden horned beast's eyes were filled with madness. My chance is here. Alina. Master. You will lead the Million Emperor Tiger Clan army and attack together. Your strongest attack will break through this purple space. These are the positions of the 9 pyramids that make up the purple space. Pick any pyramid and attack. LuoFeng's body instructed the Bug Clan Queen Alina within his internal world. Yes, master. Alina replied respectfully. Rumble. Around the golden horned beast, a blur of countless bug race appeared. Every one of them was about 26 m tall. Their entire bodies were covered in thick carapace. Their dark red bodies emitted a heart-palpitating aura. The blur of a million bug race emperors, all of them were exactly the same. At the center of the bug army was the bug race mother nest that was close to 1 kilometer in diameter. 1. The million bug emperors all extended their claws. Their claws shot out glaring beams of light. These million Sector Lord warriors seemed to have a telepathic connection. In truth, they were indeed distracted by the bug race Queen Alina. Simultaneously controlling the million bug emperors, even though they couldn't unleash an origin law attack, they were still able to accurately attack. Bug race, it's the bug race. A million Sector Lord bug race, and it's the Tiger Emperor. Quickly destroy it. In the distance, Tzvika, who was controlling the battle, panicked. A million Sector Lord bug emperors combined attack. That was already terrifying to the extreme. The combined attack of a million ordinary Realm Lord warriors would be able to severely injure a peak stage conferred king-ranked martial artist. Of course, the prerequisite was that they had to be able to hit their target. These conferred king-ranked martial artists were not fools. They were all very good at dodging and escaping. Hence, a million-strong Realm Lord army was usually very effective against a conferred king-ranked martial artist. To hit it was too difficult. However, no one could deny the power of their combined attack. And a million Sector Lord Bug Emperor, compared to a million normal Sector Lord Bug Emperor, with one combined attack, it would create a chain reaction. Its power would explode and be tens of times stronger. Even an Emperor Pinnacle warrior would lose 50% to 100% of his undying body. Meaning, even an Emperor Pinnacle warrior had a chance of dying. This was the terror of a million Sector Lord Bug Emperor. Of course, the prerequisite was that they had to hit it. Hitting an Emperor Pinnacle warrior was very difficult. However, the million bug army was within the 9 ultimate god country. To destroy this purple space was naturally extremely easy. Today was the second time. Using the entanglement mode to trap those bug warriors? No, that won't do. The instant energy of a million Sector Lord Bug Kings is already over 100 times the limit of an emperor. I can at most instantly trap 10,000 of them, but this doesn't affect the million bug army at all. This move won't work. Entangling the Bug Clan Mother Nest and killing the Bug Clan Queen? 81 God Kings used up almost all of their energy before, and they're still accumulating. And that damn Silver Wing King, he actually used his wings to trap the Bug Clan Mother Nest. Tzvika stood in the control room, his eyes filled with anxiety. Countless thoughts flashed through his mind. He could only think of one plan. Releasing the 8 million automatons from before to fight against the Sector Lord Emperor army might have an effect. It was a pity that he had to release the 8 million automatons. Just this period of time was enough for the Bug Emperor army to combine their attacks a few times. Even though this plan was good, the time didn't allow for it. Give up. I can only give up and watch as the Silver Wing King escapes. Tzvika made this decision unwillingly. Silver Wing King, count yourself lucky this time. And that damned human Sector Lord, count yourself lucky too. There were many things to say. In truth, the moment the Million Tiger Emperor army appeared, they had already started their combined attack. Attack. The target is. This purple space wasn't really a space, it was just a space filled with large amounts of energy. The golden horned beast could easily sense the 9 energy sources of the entire purple space, which were the positions of the 9 pyramids, confirming the location. Rumble. 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 A million light pillars. Instantly piercing through the purple space. Every light pillar was the full power of the Bug Emperor. The combined power of a million Bug Emperors was enough to make any Emperor-level warrior's expression change. Against such a destructive force, one could only dodge. Even with the golden horned beast's killer wings and general armor, under such a destructive attack, its body would still be completely destroyed. A million light pillars gathered at a single point in the distance. Incomparably accurate. Not a single light pillar had any errors, all of them gathered at a single point. If it was a million human Sector Lords, even if they trained for a million times, they wouldn't succeed even once. This was the Bug Emperor's advantage. Gathering at a single point, a very small point, silence. The entire purple space was silent. To be precise, it was silent. All sound had disappeared and the world had disappeared. All that was left were the tiny specks of light formed by the millions of light pillars. It seemed like a long time had passed, but in reality, it was only an instant. The tiny speck of light suddenly exploded. Rumbled, the heavens and earth rumbled, and the silent world instantly became noisy. A huge hole was instantly torn open within a radius of 10 million kilometers, and the torrent formed by countless spatial fragments also became chaotic. The huge cosmic space collapsed, and even Tzvika, who was monitoring the battle from afar, was affected. Hurry! Alina, all of you come in. The moment the Million Emperor army attacked, the Golden Horned Beast immediately kept Alina and the Million Tiger Emperor back into its internal world. Then the big explosion spread over. The Golden Horned Beast closed its wings. The light explosion from hundreds of thousands of km away was transmitted to the Golden Horned Beast. Even after killing Wu Yu's wings and weakening its armor, it still caused the Golden Horned Beast to spit out blood. It's too scary. I have the Wu slaying wings and general armor. I'll be heavily injured from hundreds of thousands of kilometers away. This, if it's a direct hit, even an Emperor Pinnacle fighter with an undying body would find it hard to survive. Even though LuoFeng already knew that this scene was very strong, seeing it with his own eyes, he was still shocked and dumbfounded. That pyramid. The Golden Horned Beast turned fiercely. In the distance, the pyramid that was hit directly had already split open. So, the wings shook. The Golden Horned Beast rushed towards the pyramid like lightning. Tzvika, who was millions of km away, was unharmed due to the distance. Ah, my 9 Extremes God Country's base. Through the detector, Tzvika could see that one of the 9 pyramids, which was also the one that had been bombarded at almost zero distance, had cracked. This pyramid-shaped spaceship, which could completely resist the attack of a peak Regis-level expert, had been hit by the combined attack of a million Zerg Kings. Even though it dodged at the last moment, dodging at that distance was practically useless. That combined attack that caused the core to explode in a 1,000 kilometers area was considered the strongest. The pyramid ship immediately split open. Master, the base ship is heavily damaged, however the core cabin is fine. The split open pyramid's AI reported. Even though it was heavily damaged, the ship's AI was still fine. The important equipment used to construct the 9 Extremes God Country was in the core cabin. It was made by Tzvika's master and was well protected. Was even better. That's good. Tzvika let out a sigh of relief. Master, the base ship is unable to fly, the internal energy system is completely damaged. The ship's AI reported. I'll get the Godly King to pick you up. Tzvika's relaxed expression froze, following which he raged, Silver Wing Emperor. The detector showed. Silver Wing Emperor flapped his wings. With shocking speed he rushed towards the damaged pyramid ship. The Golden Horned Beast flapped its wings and was the first to fly to the damaged pyramid ship. Its dark golden eyes were filled with excitement. The 9 pyramids were the most important parts of the 9 Extreme God Country. Even though the other 8 pyramids were in perfect condition, it would be hard to get them, but the one in front of it, keep. The Golden Horned Beast tried to keep it in his world ring. With a sweep of the world energy, he realized that the AI within the damaged pyramid ship was still fine. The ship's AI was still controlling some of the ship's defenses to resist. Alina, arrange for 10,000 kings to completely destroy the control system of this damaged pyramid ship. Yes. Only to see over 10,000 scrawny phantom bug warriors, like ghosts, all rushing into the damaged pyramid ship. Even though they were much scrawnier than the tiger beetles, they were still kings. Just controlling 10,000 bugs, the mother nest didn't even need to come out. It only needed to send 10,000 weak consciousnesses into each bug. Rumble. The pyramid ship was filled with rumbling sounds. The long damaged ship didn't have many functions, it couldn't defend at all. Silver Wing Emperor. An angry roar resounded in the Golden Horned Beast's ears. The Golden Horned Beast looked into the distance. The 81 godly kings were roaring as they rushed over, all of them crazy. Obviously they wanted to steal the damaged pyramid ship. Master, it's a success. Well done. The Golden Horned Beast swiftly kept the broken pyramid ship and the 10,000 kings within it into its world ring. Bastard. In the distance, the automaton warrior Tzvika, who saw this through the detector, angrily punched the control board in front of him, directly smashing it into pieces. The ship's control system is damaged 73%. A voice resounded in the control room. Shut up. Tzvika roared. After which he stared at the screen on his arm, gritting his teeth. My base ship, damn Silver Wing Emperor, damn Silver Wing Emperor. The 9 great base ships were Tzvika's most important treasures. First of all, the 9 million F9 class mechanical marionettes were divided into 9 pedestal spaceships. Each pedestal spaceship had a small mechanical marionette made of G-grade metal, carrying a 1,000,000-strong puppet army through a world ring. However, that spaceship had been blasted apart by the bombardment, and the small G-grade metal marionette had shattered its energy core. The puppet army ring on the pedestal ship was secondary. The most important thing was, every base ship's core cabin had a device for setting up the 9 Extreme God Country. Only when the 9 ships were combined, could a complete 9 Extreme God Country be set up. The moment one was missing, then there was no way to set up the 9 Extreme God Country. And the devices used to set up the 9 Extreme God Country were extremely expensive. They were his most important treasures. The Golden Horned Beast kept the broken pyramid ship. It couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. After being suppressed for so long, it had finally retaliated. 81 God Kings were scattered around, looking at the Golden Horned Beast. Ho! The Golden Horned Beast let out a low roar, without the purple space to help, you can't even replenish your energy, many of your combined moves can't even be used. Even now you don't have those purple threads to tie me down. Without those moves you are no threat to me at all. The golden horned beast knocked 3 god kings away. Under the slaying wings, the 3 god kings were thrown far away, standing in mid-air. The G-grade metal defense was indeed very strong. Right now I can't do anything to you. The highest god king said, but Silver Wing Emperor, how about we make a deal? A deal? The golden horned beast said softly. As long as you return that broken ship to me, I'm willing to gift you treasures worth 1 billion mixed elements. The highest god king said. The value of the broken ship far exceeds 1 billion mixed elements. The golden horned beast said softly. No. The highest god king carrying a huge sword shook his head. To me it's important, but to you humans you've only obtained 1/9 of the devices in the 9 extreme god country, it's useless even if you take it back. Even if you sell it, you won't be able to sell it for a high price of 1 billion mixed elements. Only I am willing to pay a high price. 9 million automaton army, that's worth 1 billion mixed elements. The golden horned beast said softly, 81 god kings, that's probably worth up to 10 billion mixed elements. And that 9 extreme god country should be the most expensive. Do you really think I'm as stupid as you? So, with a shake of its wings, the golden horned beast flew far away. We can discuss further. The highest god king hurriedly communicated. I won't sell the treasures to the enemy, furthermore I have my own ways of dealing with the treasures like my allies the humans. The humans have many strong warriors, the automaton race's precious devices have always attracted human warriors. The golden horned beast shook its wings, already flying far away.